Hi again, everybody, and welcome into MASL TV. This afternoon, the Kansas City Comets and the St. Louis Ambush renew their rivalry for the 172nd time. Alongside my broadcast partner, Eric Bergrud, I'm Nick Vassos. Eric, the Comets would have a perfect 7-0 record at home if it weren't for one team.
That would be the St. Louis Ambush, who did something very trickily last time they were here. They dropped 5 guys back on defense and stymied the Comets' offense. We'll see what game plan the St. Louis coaching staff has up their sleeves today.
Offensively, we know where the ball is going. A gentleman who scores 2 points a game. He's a 4-time MVP. Tell us about him.
He is the king. Frank Taillou scored a big goal here last game. 17 goals on the season. They're going to play the ball through him today.
Speaking of MVP, the Comets have a player who is in the MVP race, shall we say. Who's that?
That's Rion Marquez. Also with 17 goals, a lot of assists. He is legitimately competing for the MVP award. We'll expect to see him get the ball a lot today, too.
This is a rivalry game, Eric. Anything can happen. These two teams have different records, but you really can just toss them out.
You get on the field. Everybody gets pumped up. I expect a competitive game today.
Going to have a good one here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Stay with us right here on MASL TV.
The Adirondack Apartments, the brand new apartment and townhome community, is now open in Independence and is the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Discover modern luxury living, from stainless steel appliances to resort-style swimming pool. The Adirondack Apartments has everything you need to live the life you deserve. Stop by or visit us on the web to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home. The Adirondack Apartments.
Ooh, it feel good, don't it? Yeah. I can't help myself. It feel good, don't it? Yeah, it feel good. Check out my 2 steps. I put the moves on it. Put the moves on it. I can't help myself.
Community America Credit Union, where every member feels like a star.
Check out my 2 steps. I put the moves on it. Put the moves on it. I can't help myself. It feel
Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
This is Kansas City. This is my town. What happens here matters to me. You're my neighbors, and when one of my neighbors gets hurt, I want to help. If you're hurt in Kansas City, I've got this.
Call 816-888-7500.
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. Please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
The Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on MASL TV. MITRE is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, MITRE is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com.
There's the coin flip there on the half line, and our officials today are Elvis Osmanovich, Drew Klemp. Our assistant referee is Nathan Calling, and our fourth official is Asad Amanovich.
Not to be confused with Osmanovich.
No, that S is very important, and in the penalty box is Zed Umar. Great to have you here alongside Eric Bergrud. I'm Nick Vassos. Lux St. Louis is on the sidelines for us. Today is another renewal of the I-70 series. The Comets coming in with a 9-1-2 record. They are tied for third on 29 points, hosting their I-70 rivals, the St. Louis Ambush, who are 4-9-1. They sit on 12 points and in ninth position in the MASL. These games are ratcheting up, Eric, becoming more and more important. And what's the one thing that you've learned over your years in indoor soccer?
The number one rule of MASL, don't expect other teams to do you any favors. You've got to earn your own points, and you can't assume that somebody's going to knock off somebody who's ahead of you in the standings. And today will be a good test because right above Kansas City, well, you've got Baltimore and San Diego. Baltimore and Kansas City there at 29 points. But if you're St. Louis, Harrisburg is at Tacoma tonight too. I mean, St. Louis needs points. They're sitting at 12. I talked to another coach this week who believes that it's going to take 24 points to get that 8th spot. So you can do some math in your head. They're halfway where they need to be if they want to make the playoffs this year.
We are underway. Kansas City coming wearing blue tops, those retro jerseys from the 1990-91 season. And St. Louis coming in wearing all black tops, black shorts, and black socks. Pollo Cortez gets the start today in goal, not Paulo Nascimento. Comets moving right to left here. We've already seen a number of former Comets come into the booth and say hi to us. Here's Chad Vandergrift with a steal, trying to get it over to Zach and then taken right back by St. Louis. Here's Frank Tayu, the king. He's leading them in scoring with 26 points. He's got 17 goals. That one kicked up the field by Mo Ndiaye into open space. No other ambush player home, so Leo Acosta will gather it up for the Comets.
Interestingly enough, Kansas City and St. Louis have played 3 times historically on this date, February 16th, including in that 1990-91 season, which St. Louis actually won.
Now that's a nugget right there for you. Here's Nacho. He'll swing it to the near side to Rion Marquez. Marquez with a good leading pass into Leo. Leo thought about taking it off the boards instead. It gets kicked back to Mikey Lennis, and then he kicked it near side before Robbie Cristo, who's back in the lineup. He kicks it long, and that'll be a 3-line violation.
Good to see Robbie Cristo back.
Yeah.
Horrendous injury at home against Kansas City last year. I was there to see it.
Comets with a quick restart, and Elvis Osmanovic says, whoop, hold on, a little bit too quick. St. Louis with 3 in the wall. Swing it near side of Costa, a right footer. That one off the inboards comes out to Dylan Hundell. Correction, that's Jeff Michaud. Ejimadu comes up to kick it long, and that one will take a couple of bounces back into the arms of Pollo Cortez, who's 3-1-1 on the season, a 5.9 goals against, and saves 72% of the shots that come his way. Boy, that was a dangerous pass from Pino back to Ejimadu, but Comets able to get it out of their last third up to Nathan Dirtle, who we will talk to coming up at halftime. The rookie Nathan Dirtle's had a pretty nice start to his professional career after starring down at Columbia College in Columbia, Missouri.
His college coach, John Klein, played for both teams. Played in Kansas City, played in St. Louis.
Here's Mikey Lennis. Still has that protective wrap around his wrist. Swings it near side for Nathan Dirtle. This is Pereira. He tosses it out to Pino. Pino will shoot it into the corner for Reggett. Reggett bangs it off the glass. And then on the volley shot! Oh, Henry! What a goal! Comets lead 1-0.
We were talking to Henry Ramirez on the field before the game. He always seems to come up for big games. Good entry pass there, looking for Zach Reggett. He's going to go Walla Scora on the volley. Cue that up for the video highlights once more time. Walla off the glass, Scora off the volley. Top shelf, Nick Bassos.
That's impressive.
Rattling some of those cookie jars you made famous over the years.
So for Henry Ramirez, that is number 3 on the year for Henry. And for Zach Reggett, he picks up his 5th assist on the year. Kansas City leads 1-0. Back underway. And Kansas City back with the ball.
Be remiss if I didn't mention there's a good group of St. Louis Ambush fans here at the game, and they were right behind the goal where that got scored on.
Here come the Comets off the boards again. That was Junior Kazim making a rush. Eske gets it out, and he gets the ball back towards the half line. Comets get back defensively, and here comes St. Louis with their buildup. Good crowd on hand once again here at Cable Dahmer. Forward it goes to the King. Taiyu flicks it back, looking for JT. Vandegrift is there. He plays it back to his keeper, and Ejimado just clears it.
It's a couple risky balls that have been sent back to him, and really not much he can do with them other than just get them out of danger way.
Mo Ndiaye. This one over to Ryan Keto. Comets with some pressure now. And Arreos right in the hip pocket of NDI. Leaves it back for Dylan Hundell. And forward it goes to Taiyu. Frank lost the ball, and a whistle and a foul called against the Comets.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more.
There's DeBray Holloman. His dad is here tonight on Alumni Night.
He is.
LeBaron. Oh, Acosta with the steal. Here comes Acosta. And the loose ball picked up by Andorreos. Andorreos shoots! Shazam! Christian Andorreos from the right side, giving Kansas City a 2-0 lead.
We talked a lot this season, partner, how Stefan Stokic wants the Comets to play and win in the transition game, and you saw a textbook case of the Comets moving the ball down the field. See if we can get it on the replay. No replays right now. You'll just have to trust me. It was a great transition. And Andorreos coming down the right flank. Once again, going high. Comets lead 2-0.
8th on the year for Christian Andorreos. And the Comets lead 2-0. So a terrific start. And one thing that you brought up in the pregame, Eric, and that is how St. Louis was so effective earlier in the year when they won here 5-4 in overtime. They essentially parked the bus behind the yellow line. In the early stages of this game, we haven't seen that.
Well, I would have been surprised if they used the same strategy 2 games in a row, but Kansas City, I think they got a wake-up call that game. You can't go into every game assuming, even at home, that you're going to win. I think Milwaukee found that out last night against the Texas Outlaws.
How about that game? Congratulations to the Texas Outlaws getting a big win in Milwaukee. Eddie Puskaric has got to be happy with his side.
If somebody were to tell me, oh, I saw that coming all the time, I'd be like, really? Big win for them. But, yeah, you can't take any team for granted in this league. And I think Coach Stokic has been drilling that on these guys, that we have to go in every game serious, mentally ready to play, because you can't afford to drop any points if you're the Kansas City Comets.
Out to the half line to Dirtle. Forward it comes to Reggett. Reggett rolls it into the corner for Lennis. Lennis runs on it, and then looking far post to Dirtle. And the ambush defend that one well. 9 minutes to play in the first half. 2-0 Kansas City on goals by Henry Ramirez and Christian Andorreos.
Big shout out to DeBray Holloman, who had a baby this week.
Oh, congratulations, DeBray.
And LeBaron's a grandfather. Check that out. We'll go talk with him later.
You bet. I'll be sure to mention that to him.
That's right. So guys whose games you've called, Nick Vassos, are now grandparents. How does that make you feel?
On Brian Holland's Hot Winter Nights feed, here's Marquez walking it in. He shoots, and Marquez! Rub those hands, Rion. Kansas City off to a quick start.
St. Louis could use a timeout. Media timeout's not quite ready yet, but that was 4 on the goalkeeper. If you watch this on the replay, good steal from Mikey Lennis. Rion Marquez just bodies his way past Michaud, goes low to Pollo's right. Look at that.
Wow, look at
right
that.
Left foot, goal. 3-0 Comets early.
18th of the year for Rion Marquez. He is in the conversation for most valuable player. What a year Rion Marquez is having, the best in his 5-year career in the MASL. So St. Louis does not call a timeout. The Comets get the ball right back and are on the attack once again. Ramirez, marked by Michaud. Ramirez goes down, tracks back now Michaud. He's run down from behind.
Vandegrift was subtle about that because St. Louis wants a 2, and he would just very deftly nudged him, and just a regular foul.
Chad Vandergrift leading the league in blocks with 44.
And you talked about Rion Marquez under consideration for MVP. You got to think Chad Vandergrift's going to be up there for Defender of the Year.
100%. Here's Will Eskay. His brother John A. is on the inactive list, so he's not here today. Ball pinballing around just to the left of the Comets' goal and fighting for it. Taiyu gets a boot on it, and St. Louis controls. St. Louis, Dylan Hundelt, one of the fine defenders in the MASL. He's another legacy
Yeah, his dad played for both teams, right? Yep.
This one comes into Chiconte. And then Vandergrift depossesses him and gets it over to Reggett. Reggett goes long into the corner for Vandergrift. Chadinho making a run in the corner.
Yeah, it's nice.
Meanwhile, Chikunti comes out with it, gets it to Eskay. Eskay, far side shot, save, or partial save. Ejimadu couldn't hold on. Holloman just tried to clear it safely and then knocked out of bounds by St. Louis. All right, let's take a break. We have our first timeout and 6:51 to play officially. Are we having a timeout? I believe we are. There we go. Let's go. 3-0 Kansas City on goals by Henry Ramirez, Christian Andreos, and Rion Marquez. Stay with us on 38th The Spot at MASL TV.
It's a season of savings at Cable Dahmer. Coming now during our Season of New Tradition sales event, get a Forte for only $99 a month. That's only $99. Plus, every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And Cable Dahmer Kia has doubled the size of its service bays to serve you better. Stop in today off Colburn Road in Lee Summit or visit us online at cabledahmerkia.com. If you want a Kia, thank Cable Dahmer.
We know a place where you can drop your bags and relax your mind. It's a place where you can unwind and unplug while staying connected, where having a lot on your plate is a good thing. And 5:30 Kickback is all about kicking back. Yeah, we know a place, and we know you'll love it too. Drury Hotels. Travel happy.
Welcome back to the Cable Dahmer Arena for the fifth and final matchup between the St. Louis Ambush and the Kansas City Comets for this I-70 series presented by Wana Brands. With 6:51 to go here in the first, it is 3-0 off goals from Henry Ramirez, Rion Marquez, and Christian Andreos. I'm going to set it up back to Nick and Eric for more first period action.
All right. Hey, Lux, I'm going to take this opportunity to thank both you and Eric. Last week in my absence, both of you guys did a great job. And just want to say thanks to you and the entire staff for making it work. I was ill last time against the Sockers, and I couldn't be here, but you guys stepped up strong and did a great job. So thank you very much.
If you had to pick one team in America not to be partner, one team in America.
I was chewing my arm off. I wanted to be here so bad.
I only mentioned the 16-time champions. How many times?
Well, that's one of the reasons I wanted to be here. I wanted to see you, poking the bear a little bit.
Lux was terrific. I found myself after the first goal. It's like, oh, now what do I do? Ruggles scored early, and
All right, action back underway. Kansas City is moving it right to left. Leo Acosta, All-Star Acosta, voted on by the fans. It squirts out to Palmer, who got a touch.
3-on-1 opportunity.
Here they come. Ambush and Taiyu down the right side, going far post for NDI. A little bit behind him. Kansas City gathers the ball. They get it out of their last third. Acosta dances with it and then heels it back to Ejimadu.
How good has Ramon Palmer been?
Oh, he's been so consistent. I called him the foundation earlier this season. It's just been terrific. Both sides of the ball.
Player of the match last game, and post-game interview sitting down. He was a little tired.
Lennis on back to Pino. Dirtle, and then Reggett. Some good ball movement here by KC. Nacho lost the handle on that one. JT Thomas kicks it back nearly the length of the field. Pino. And then forward into the center circle. Comets looking to control. We have 4 minutes and 46 seconds left in the first quarter. Comets lead 3-0. Here's Marquez. Turns and faces, shoots. That one left. And then a header on back to Pollo Cortez. Cortez with a good, he's got a strong arm. On out to Araujo.
Pollo really impressed in Kings League World earlier this year. Made a name for himself worldwide. He was always good with his first stint with St. Louis with the Texas Outlaws.
Oh.
Played a little bit, even if you remember, for the San Diego Sockers. I think Boris Pardo was out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't let his size fool you. He covers a lot of ground. Good keeper.
And like Paulo, he can score too, so you have to keep an eye out on that.
Dylan Hundell goes far post looking for Taiyu. Could not find the connection there. Niamsi sends one in. Ejimadu off his line to head it away. Michaud now trying to settle the bouncing ball on the blue turf. Andoreo strips him of the ball. Christian comes back the other way. Here come the Comets. Andoreo's trying to slot it over to Henry Ramirez. Knocked away on a good defensive play by NDI. Correction, Niamsi.
Interesting, speaking of defense, is watching JT James Thomas drop back on Marquez. So that's very much a tactical decision there. We'll see how he hangs defensively.
Vandegrift looking downfield. He has options to his left. Ejimadu takes that one, and then they send it into the left wing corner for Reggett. Zach with Christian Briggs right in his left pocket. He turns, he fires. Pollo Cortez, full extension save.
That was on target. Good turn there by Reggett.
Cortez throws for Taiyu. Taiyu double teamed on the board. Still has it somehow. Still going. Faked the shot. Now goes boards, and the ball shoots across the goal mouth to the near side to Robbie Cristo.
St. Louis have had their chances. It's just that final touch or that final run, but they've laid the ball out in the middle of the box, and so Comets still holding on to a 3-0 lead. Wouldn't surprise me if St. Louis pulls one back here, one of these short opportunities here.
Robbie Cristo, Taiyu, now back to Robbie, who shoots. Not a lot of pace on that one. Ejimadu makes the save. Relatively easy. Everything's easy from the broadcast booth.
You know what's not easy from the broadcast booth?
What's that?
Doing play-by-play. If anybody watching thinks that Nick Vassos just somehow magically walks up here every game and things just go, it takes so much experience and prep. And so, partner, we missed you.
Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate that. It's a labor of love. Comets get the ball back. Here's Marquez again. He's already got one goal. He lost it.
Good stick there by Briggs.
Up to Quito. Quito trying to outrace Pino. Pino's got the angle, takes the ball away, and funnels it to Ejimadu, who kicks it up to the half line. Comets in an ambush, trading possessions, and now Nacho's got some open space on the left side. Nacho forward to Mikey Lennis. Mikey Lennis shoots, and another good save by Pollo Cortez.
Really good angle there. He knew that Lennis was going to go low, kicked his leg out. Solid goalkeeping.
That one chipped into the corner for Rion. JT Thomas steps in front, bangs it away. Briggs pops it up, sends it back into Comet territory. Pino, he'll turn and launch it up towards the rafters. Christian Briggs heads it back in. Now the Comets finally settle it. They get some changes on the field. Coming up on a minute to play here in the first. Acosta almost got around Briggs. Now Will Eske, he can fly. He's over the half line. Eske runs into a double team and will turn and play it back to Briggs.
SK spent some quality time in Utica this week. All-star team selection, really well respected by players all across the league.
I was watching at home, and maybe if we have a break or two, we can talk a little bit more about the All-Star game, which I thought was really good. I thought the league and UCFC, man, they did a really nice job in the All-Star game.
It's a beautiful place to watch a game, call a game. Those digital dashboards, you can see them on your screen. When you see them in person, they're amazing.
Vandegrift steps in front, gets it up to Reggett. Reggett to Ramirez. Henry down the right side. He'll fire, and Pollo Cortez makes the save, gets his own rebound, and then boots it out to the half line. 1 second left on the clock. Horn sounds, and the first 15 minutes are in the books. Kansas City with 3 goals to jump out to the lead. Second quarter action is straight ahead on Retro Night here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Glad you're with us. Don't go anywhere on MASL TV and 38 The Spot.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
From new guys to the veterans, even this guy. At Community America, every member feels like a star.
With the one in there and almost deflected. Shot in the goal! It is Nacho! Comets win game 1! Out to Reggett. He does the game winner! For the Dudes and for the Swords! Oh my! To the Dudes and he scores!
Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop's recovery products are uniquely suited to help our athletes battle aching joints and muscles. Learn more or try it yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com.
That's Eric Bergrud. My name's Nick Vassos. Lux St. Lou is on the sidelines of Silverstein Eye Center's field. Great to have you here on a Sunday. Thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. And Eric, while we have a moment here, let's talk a little bit about the All-Star game. And just from fans' standpoint, watching at home, it kicked off with the skills competition. I don't think I've ever seen a skills competition so fun in all of my years in indoor soccer. It was really great.
Of course, I was happy because they started with the goalkeeper challenge.
Right.
Kansas City's Nicolau Neto won it. And I told all the goalkeepers that morning we were doing walkthrough. Whoever wins has bragging rights for the whole team, for the whole league. The skills course was fun.
Yeah, that was really fun.
The shootout, a lot of goalkeeping in the shootout. And then the crossbar challenge wound up being more interesting than they thought because they tested it the week before with their M2 team just to figure out, okay, how long is it going to take to do the 3 different spots. And it just took a little longer than they thought in the All-Star game, but no, it was a great time. And one of the interesting things about being in the Midwest, a lot of teams wind up connecting through Chicago. So I flew out with the Comets from Kansas City. We get to O'Hare, and all of a sudden, one side I see Will Eske and Shelley Clark, the owner of St. Louis, and then I see Ian Bennett, Willie B, and Mario Alvarez. And it's
Love
like,
it. That's awesome.
It's like, and then we were all on the same flight. to Syracuse, New York, and then we took a van together. Most of us did to the hotel. It was a great experience. But UCFC, that's my second time now at that arena. They have not only the digital dasher boards, but they have a new turf system that's not like anybody else. It's like rectangle squares that you can plug in and out.
Oh, wow. So it looked great, and the game, the actual All-Star game, there's Robbie Cristo. Did it go in? They say no, it didn't cross the line
Drew
completely.
Klemp is there. We'll see if they try to challenge, but Klemp was on the line, and so I would hold that flag since the referee was right there. Really good chip over the goalkeeper, too, and just was not meant to be for the ambush. Are they going to challenge? They are going to challenge.
It's going to be an official's challenge.
This will be interesting because Drew Klemp was right there, so you couldn't have gotten too much closer. It'd be interesting to see what angle we have here on video review.
Elvis Osmanovic and Drew Klemp are our two officials. And it has to be conclusive. That ball has to be over the line, and we'll see what kind of angle we get.
And this was official challenge, not St. Louis bench did not throw their flag. Let's take a look.
Our replay operator here.
It's going to be difficult from this angle.
Yep.
So nice job getting it over Ejimadu. He looks back and like, oh no, what am I going to do? Nacho comes back.
Oh, boy, that is so hard.
If there's a side angle.
What a play by Nacho, though. If that ends up being no goal, that's a tremendous defensive play.
Part of the problem is it never hit the ground, so it's hard to see where it actually is.
Now, let's see here. No, I don't know if we're going to be able. This one's not going to help either. Doggone it.
There's a platform right behind the goal, so that makes it difficult. Let's see if they have a side angle, perhaps. Yeah, that angle you're not going to be able to tell.
Maybe
this right
one,
there, yeah.
So this one might be our best one. Tip of the cap to our crew to getting all these different angles. And
so the problem is
you
can't look. The ball never hit the ground, and Drew Klemp, as you can see, is right there on the dasher boards, and he waved his arms. Ruling on the field stands. So ruling on the field stands to me is it's inconclusive.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I agree with you.
Yep.
I agree.
If Drew Klemp weren't right there on the original play, Nick, I would have had my doubts, but he waved it off where he saw it live, so we'll keep playing. But
great job, Nacho Flores.
What a great header, though, by Niamsi going over Ejimadu and Nacho to save the day for Kansas City.
And a tip of the cap to the officials, too. They stopped play and said, you know what, that one was too close. Let's figure this one out before we go forward. So looked out all around.
And kudos to the St. Louis bench, because if I were in their position, I wouldn't have thrown the flag either. You had the referee on the line right here. Not likely it was going to be overturned, but hey, if the referees want to take a look, no stopping them.
Junior Kazim battling Keto. And now Reggett sticks a shoulder in and takes the ball back for the Comets. Reggett leaves it for Pino. He goes off. Rian Marquez comes on.
Pino, the reigning defender of the week at the MASL. Big back-to-back games here, the last couple games. First against Chihuahua and then against, Chihuahua, then Harrisburg, then San Diego. Yeah. But the San Diego game is what he won for.
That's right. I don't think we've mentioned Comets have won 4 straight. Here's Lennis. Far post looking for Kazim, who couldn't redirect it on target.
Right in between his feet.
Marquez. He had it taken away by Chicunte. Now a whistle and a foul called against the Comets.
Take 10. That's all the time you'll need for Eric Bergerud. That's me. To take you inside the game and get to know some of the big stars advancing the sport on and off the field. 10 for 10 airs weekly on MASL TV. My guest this week is none other than Baltimore Blast owner Ed Hale, who is watching us today on MASL TV. Ed, thanks for watching today.
Greetings, Mr. Hale. Great to have you here. Looking forward to that interview. Nice job with Nick Pereira last week. I watched that. good insight there.
He really knows the game.
He's so intelligent about the game. And he's passionate. He loves indoor soccer. Here's Tayu, just inside the Comet yellow line. Back to the center circle for NDI. SK, team captain, moves to his left, puts a left footer off the glass, comes off to Kansas City. Andreos trying to split two defenders, gets tripped up, and a foul called on SK of the ambush.
He can't believe that.
Comets, one game this weekend. They'll have two in Harrisburg next weekend. Here's Reggett. He'll try a second time. Pollo Cortez had to go down to stop that one. Now Vandergrift goes off the boards looking for Palmer as it deflects back in, then cleared away. Tayu's got some open space. Acosta slams the door quickly and knocks it away.
Acosta is so fast and doesn't get credit for it. I watched him at the All-Star game on Wednesday, and he was moving the ball past some of the best players in this league.
Here's Acosta. He's got it. Tried to flick it back for Dirtle, and it's taken back. Now Vandergrift steps in. He picks it off. Nacho, a soul roll, and over to Reggett. Reggett goes off. Rian back on. Here's Nacho. Comets trying to go for their 5th win in a row. St. Louis was going for their 3rd win in a row last weekend, or this weekend, I should say. What was it last weekend? Against San Diego. That was last weekend against San Diego. I'll get it right. And they lost in overtime, 6-5. That was a really competitive game.
Oh, I thought they had that game won, too.
Me too.
Just a few bounces. Some different thoughts on handballs.
Yeah.
And but when things are going well, you get the breaks. When things aren't going well, sometimes the breaks don't go your way. In sports and in life.
No question. Nacho into the corner. Reggett, right footer off the boards, rolls right into Cortez. Cortez tried to.
That's a couple times he's tried to drop kick it to move the ball fast.
He might be the only one in the league that does that, and he's effective with it. I mean, he's really good at it, but that one was not his best.
Somebody lost a shoe. Yamsi will claim that again.
Got the tire back on. He's good to go. Here's Lucas Almeida. He's into the game for the first time.
He had the game winner here against Kansas City last time they played.
Pino takes the ball back. Kansas City now with the ball. Mikey Lennis in the middle of the field, runs right into Christian Briggs, and Briggs takes the ball away from him, chips it forward, looking for Duduka. One hop off the blue turf and out of bounds.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bashjavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. We're getting a lot of Joey Tavernisi as the guest star on that show.
The Chrome Dome brothers were sending out condolences to their favorite KC broadcasters, Nick and Eric, on the Chiefs' loss in the Super Bowl. So back to you, Chrome Dome brothers. We appreciate the sentiment.
That's funny. I spent a lot of time actually on Super Bowl Sunday watching comments from people I know with the Ambush organization finding glee in the Chiefs' misery. So I totally get it.
Oh, good stuff. Oh,
foul's going to be called. A little nudge there from Pereira just to make the point. Former Ambush player himself. Take a look at this on the replay. Ramirez.
Oh, that was
little nudge into the boards.
I
wouldn't throw a flag on that.
If you're in the front row down there and you see Henry go into the boards, of course, that's your guy. You know what I mean? You might want to say that should be more than just a foul. But, again, not every foul is 2 minutes.
That's exactly right. That's why the All-Star game was awesome. There was hardly any whistle.
Well, you're right.
No penalties.
No kidding.
And a little nudge in the other direction. This is starting to get a little chippy here, Nick.
We'll watch this one again, Eric. Oh.
That was payback is what it was for K2 on the other side. So see if the referees tighten this down just a little bit.
All right, it's St. Louis's ball. And Cristo down to the corner to Tayu. Back to Robbie. Robbie's got a big shot. He can fire from just about anywhere. Will Esque's got it now. Some big-time pressure from Henry Ramirez. Oh, Cortez kind of forced into a bad pass, but it deflects right back to Will Esque. Now NDI. NDI moving to his right. He shoots, and Mo is a go! 3-1. Mo NDI.
Take a look at this on the replay. It all started with Pollo getting the ball out and SK following that up. NDI cut in, and nobody stepped up to him. Mo NDI, he's played target, he's played defender. He can absolutely score goals. A little soul roll to find some space for himself. 3-1.
What a nice goal by Mo NDI. That trims KC's lead to 2.
St. Louis has completely settled down since that 3-0 lead in that first media timeout. Kansas City hasn't gotten too many good looks since then. And St. Louis has had their chances. They finally pulled one back.
Comets are wearing those 1990-91 retro jerseys, and we're going to tell you how you can get your hands on them coming up here in just about 3 minutes. So stand by for that. Lux will have all the news for you on how you can get your hands on some of those retro jerseys. I've heard a lot of good things about them. People like the way that they look, and why not have a little memento from today's game?
I really like the goalkeeper jerseys, the all reds.
They look great.
Those are sharp.
Acosta up to Lennis across the line. Lennis over to Reggett. Reggett will back it up and play it to Acosta. 7.5 to play here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk to Nathan Dirtle, Comets rookie midfielder and hometown of Columbia, Missouri.
I was telling a few people up in Utica this week that I thought St. Louis might have a little advantage in that 6 Comets plus their head coach missed 3 days of practice because of the All-Star game. Will Esque was the only ambush player affected travel-wise. So they've had more reps in practice as a team than Kansas City has, and we'll see if they can take advantage of it. We'll see what it looks like in the second half.
Nacho and Tayu going at it. Great sportsmanship there between those two veterans who have been at it for a long time. St. Louis with the ball, trailing 3-1. Pollo Cortez up to Robbie Cristo. He chests it back for SK. Then on over to NDI, back to SK. NDI for a big fella. Mo moves pretty sveltly on the blue turf. Here's Cristo. Cristo plays it long. He was looking to get it to Tayu. Ejimadu fields that one cleanly. Here's Dirtle. Comets out shooting St. Louis 10-5. Pino. Over to Ramirez. Pino into the corner looking for Reggett. Reggett pops it back for Pereira. Pereira fires one in there. Pollo fists a save. And then Dirtle trying to turn and fire again. And Pollo makes another deflection. He's got the rebound in his hands now.
Difficult angle for Dirtle there, and Pollo just played that really well.
Pollo kicks it across the half line. Pino heads it forward to teammate Dirtle. Dirtle goes down on the ground after being piled on by Quito. Comets get fresh legs out on the field. Nacho to Kazim. Now near side Pino. Ejimadu. Good pass on up to Rian. Rian turns, shoots,
Once again, Pollo positioned himself really well to cut off the angle.
Marquez with the foul, pleading his case. Not going to work. St. Louis ball. Three other games in the league, and they're all coming up tonight. Baltimore is at Empire. That game is on CBS Sports Golazo. Chihuahua is at San Diego. And Harrisburg is up in the Pacific Northwest taking on Tacoma a little bit later on tonight. Here comes St. Louis down the field. Duduka in the right wing corner, draws a crowd. Kazim able to wrestle it away. Junior Kazim trying to take it inside from Eske, and Will Eske is able to knock it free and take possession back.
It's good seeing Ismael Rojo playing for the Sockers the other day. They signed him for that game in Chihuahua. He played last season for the Monterey Flash.
Yep.
One of the best defenders in the league, and he can score, and he had a couple the other night.
I got a trivia question for you, Eric.
You do? I'm not prepped for this.
Well,
Nick.
I know. That's why. I don't want to tell you in advance. Plus, you all have a high knowledge of Real. I'm almost certain you're going to get this one.
Good turn.
There's Acosta leaves it back for Reggett. Reggett trying to chip it into the box. Little cheeky play there by Zach, and it's rejected by St. Louis. Now Vandergriff heels one back for Zach. Zach trying to fight through a couple of defenders. He goes down.
Good play by Duduka.
And Duduka from the seat of his pants tries to clear it, and then a foul called on Kansas City. So here's your Chihuahua question. What team other than Monterey has the most recent win in Chihuahua?
San Diego Sockers.
See, I told you you'd get it.
Year one.
Not last season, but the season
year
before.
one when they first started. Yeah.
Yep.
So interesting story. If I have my years correct, you remember? Well, let's watch the replay first. Right in front of referee Drew Klemp. That's sort of the easiest one for him to call. He just looked down and call it.
He was sitting down.
And they've won a couple times down there, but I vividly recall, remember when we had the coaches convention here in Kansas City? And Kansas City hosted Tacoma at the T-Mobile Center?
I do.
San Diego was down in Chihuahua as Chihuahua was opening that, and San Diego, I know, won that weekend because they were literally rolling out that gray turf the day of to get it going, and then they've won again down there. So San Diego does have some history. It's just Chihuahua's figured out how to make that a fortress.
Taiyu with the Walla. No scorer. Ejimatu's got it. It's Pereira. Pereira now hassled from behind by Taiyu, and the King rung up for a foul. Quick restart.
Scored a goal here last time, felled it, and went back to the bench, and Duduka crowned him. We got that shot on our broadcast.
Yep, I remember that. There's Marquez out away from the goal. Acosta. And a foul called on St. Louis.
Wondered if they were going to start just tightening this up a little.
Good call. I think so.
You have to decide which way do you want them. Do you want them to let them play, or do you want them to whistle every foul? And, there are different schools of thought on that, Nick.
Here's JT for St. Louis. He kicks it out towards the half line. Comets knock it away, picked up by Dirtle. Dirtle looking for Ramon Palmer, deflected out of bounds, and a timeout. Finally, our media timeout. We've only got 2:36 left to go in this first half. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll finish up the first half. Right now, Kansas City leading St. Louis 3-1 on MASL TV.
Hail, alma mater, we sing to thee. Thy name forever a guiding light shall be.
Strong as an oak tree, thy name shall never fail.
To thee, alma mater.
Hail, Park Hail. We are. We are. We are.
We are.
The Adirondack Apartments, the brand new apartment and townhome community, is now open in Independence and is the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Discover modern luxury living, from stainless steel appliances to resort-style swimming pool. The Adirondack Apartments has everything you need to live the life you deserve. Stop by or visit us on the web to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home. The Adirondack Apartments.
Welcome back to the Cable Dahmer Arena. This year's retro jersey for Retro Night is inspired by the 1990-91 Kansas City Comets team. The auction is open now, and the link in the bio on Instagram is at KC Comets, or to place your auction bid, just go ahead to kccomets.com and place your bid now. Nick, Eric?
All right. Thanks a lot, Lux. Yeah, those are nice. And you have a chance to go home with one of those jerseys.
Of course, I checked yesterday because they opened it yesterday just to see what some of the bids are. Hey, there's Comet the dog coming to say hi to Nick Vassos here at Cable Dahmer Arena. But yeah, it's always a popular opportunity when Comets put these retro jerseys up for auction.
Last couple of minutes here of this first half. Kansas City leading 3-1. Nacho's got it right side. Araujo was in front of him, plays it down to the corner for Dirtle. It got away from Nathan and rolls into Pollo Cortez of the ambush.
Speaking of jersey auctions, did you happen to see the Tacoma Stars Valentine's Day specials?
Oh, those
with hearts
were
on them?
slick.
Yes.
Those were really nice. Yeah, I saw those. Those nice.
Yeah, Nick Pereira was talking to me about this the other day. He had to show me the photos. He's like, yeah, they did a really good job on those jerseys.
They look great. Pino was trying to get it to Palmer, but Niamsi steps in front, wins it, and then up to Eske. 90 seconds to play in the first half.
Goal would be huge here for St. Louis going into halftime.
Pressure from Kansas City. Trying to get the turnover. Nacho now attacking the goal for Andreos. Andreos tried to go Wallace-Scora. Broken up by the ambush, and here they come on the counter. It's Almeida down the right side. Araujo will track over to the near side, pick up the loose ball. Tried to dart back inside, lost the handle. Pino wins it back for Kansas City, and here come the Comets.
Junior Kazim flew back there to defend, and now he needs a break. Subs in.
Here's Pino. On back to Ejimadu. Across the line.
Oh, look who's wide open near the box.
It's Almeida. Almeida. He goes down.
And a two.
And a no.
Marquez wants a dive. Not going to happen. Let's take a look at this on the replay. He was wide open. Comets finally came back.
Oh! Should we throw the flag? He was not touched.
So this would be a great time to call a timeout if I were St. Louis. Top of the arc opportunity here.
One touch from Daduka, who shoots. Deflected in! Thomas with 39 seconds left in the first half.
What were we saying, Nick? How big a goal would be for St. Louis in the closing seconds of the half.
And it is huge. James Thomas gets the ambush.
Did his own Kelvin Oliveira. Cole, we'll take a look at the replay. Almeida goes side. And look who's just sitting back post. Off the deflection. And the ball goes in. And they all count, Nick.
That's an indoor goal for sure.
You absolutely park people by the back post for that reason. It got really quiet at Cable Dahmer Arena with 39 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Thomas bags his 7th goal of the season. More importantly, brings his side to within 1 as we have just 39 seconds left in the first half. Daduka Although I don't know if they'll give Duduka. They might give Duduka the assist. I don't believe, because since it went off of Pino, they may not.
That's my cue to get on to MASLsoccer.com and look at how it was scored.
We've got a what would be the delay right now? I wonder if that's just it. They're trying to figure out who got the assist.
Yeah, Duduka got credit for the assist.
Okay.
From JT. Oh, JT goal, Duduka assist.
Number 5 for Duduka.
I guarantee you, Coach Stefan Stokic is not happy, and I don't miss having to go down on the field when it's been a rough second quarter and having to interview him. Lux, you have all my full faith that you're going to come up with some awesome questions for him here in a moment.
No pressure, Lux.
Worth mentioning that in addition to the Comets retro jersey auction, both captains are wearing special armbands. This is the Captains Coalition initiative the league has rolled out, starting with the All-Star game. Captains are wearing them today, and teams will sign them after the game, and they're being auctioned off this month for Black Players for Change. You can find out how to bid at event.gives/MASL. And Nacho just walked by the camera wearing one. Nacho for Kansas City and Will Eske for St. Louis.
Also, since it is alumni night here, we've had several alums come through the broadcast booth here. We saw Nate Hauser.
Getting really chummy with you, Nick.
Yes, gave him a big hug. All right, you know what here, let's, in addition, you know what here, I think, you know what, we'll have Lux. Let's get this second quarter here finished here. We got 14 seconds left. And we do know why someone was, or we know what the delay was for. Couple seconds left here, 1.2 seconds left, and we will be headed to halftime. Needless to say, St. Louis has turned things around. The second quarter, they shut out Kansas City and scored 2 goals themselves. They changed the very complexion of this game. It's 3-2 Kansas City as both teams head into the locker rooms. We'll stand by to check in with Lux. She'll talk to head coach of the Comets, Stefan Stokic. And I'll just pass along what Lux told us, and that is we had a fan who was being unruly, using foul language, being just unpleasant, and that fan was escorted up the hallway. Let's go down to Lux. She's with the head coach, Stefan Stokic. Lux?
Coach, going into half, you're up 3-2, but I know that's not good enough for you, and there was no points put on the board by the Kansas City Comets in the second period. Offensively, what do we need to do to get on the board again?
I think we need to have a little bit more movement. I think we got a little bit static there for a second. We got up 3-0, and we kind of let back. The other thing would be is to keep the ball a bit more, be a little bit more patient, and put our chances away.
Defensively, what do we need to do in the second half to shut the ambush down?
I mean, we have to keep pressuring them, getting in their faces. I think that when we step back off of them, we give them too much space. They get comfortable playing. But I think, defensively, we have to make sure we win our individual battles.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Lux St. Louis with head coach Stefan Stokic, and we are at halftime. On the way for halftime, we're going to chat with Comets rookie midfielder Nathan Dirtle. We'll take you around the MASL with Alex Bashavansky. Eric and I will be back to recap the first half. We're at halftime. Kansas City 3, St. Louis 2.
Tech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
It's a season of savings at Cable Dahmer. Come in now during our Season of New Tradition sales event. Get a Forte for only $99 a month. That's only $99. Plus, every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And Cable Dahmer Kia has doubled the size of its service bays to serve you better. Stop in today off Colburn Road in Lee Summit or visit us online at cabledahmerkia.com. If you want a Kia, thank Cable Dahmer.
We know a place where you can drop your bags and relax your mind. It's a place where you can unwind and unplug while staying connected, where having a lot on your plate is a good thing. And 5:30 Kickback is all about kicking back. Yeah, we know a place, and we know you'll love it too. Drury Hotels. Travel happy.
Halftime between the Kansas City Comets and the St. Louis Ambush. We want to welcome in Comets midfielder Nathan Dirtle. And Nathan, you are the perfect guest here at halftime because Columbia, Missouri is exactly halfway between Kansas City and St. Louis. You grew up in Columbia playing high school. You also went to Columbia College, a member of the Cougars, played for John Klein, the legend who was there for over 2 decades. I'm curious, when you were coming out of high school, you were an acclaimed soccer player. Why'd you decide to stay in your hometown and play for the Cougars?
It just felt right. My parents were always involved in my soccer games, and that way I was going to be able to stay close and just keep it going in my hometown.
And playing for Columbia, of course, you played for John Klein, and he actually wore the jersey that the players are wearing here tonight in our retro game. So he's got ties to both Kansas City and St. Louis. I'm wondering if he shared maybe some indoor memories with you college players in Columbia.
He would talk about it sometimes. The main thing that I remember him talking about was scoring 5-hole through the goalie's leg. He always mentioned how the hard work, the work rate was intense and indoor. But yeah, he would talk about it sometimes.
Did you ever 5-hole a couple of keepers in your college career?
Yeah, I must have, surely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering how the transition was from Columbia College to the professionals. How has that transition been for you, Nathan?
It's been a lot of learning, but I think being here with the Comets, all these players, there's a lot of veterans. They've been able to help me learn each day at practice. The head coach has been great. Everybody's been great in helping me learn. So it's been going good.
Boy, I tell you, you opened your scoring account with a real banger. Your first professional career goal came against the Chihuahua Savage. Big crowd, big game, big moment. What was that like as a professional?
That was pretty crazy. If you seen the video, I don't really react right away because I couldn't believe it, and then everything hit me, so it was pretty wild.
How fun was it celebrating with your teammates?
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone running in. The teddy bear toss happened.
Yeah. Have you seen so many floofy toys come down all at once?
I didn't even notice it when it happened. I had to see it in the video.
Oh my gosh, that's great. So on this Comets team, you've got some teammates who played at Columbia as well, and Nicolau Neto and Lucia Tazzane. I'm wondering who gives you the most help here in your first year as a member of the Comets?
They both give me a lot of help, actually.
Yeah.
So Licia, he's a little younger than Neto, so I was able to train with him more one-on-one at college. So he helped me a lot at college. And Neto, I've always looked as a leader, so he'll give me a lot of help too, especially at the games. Always commanding things.
Oh, that's great. Well, it's been a lot of fun for Eric and I to watch you early on in your career. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the way. Thanks a lot, Nathan.
Thank you.
That's Comets midfielder Nathan Dirtle joining us here at halftime. More from Kansas City and St. Louis coming up next.
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. Please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
Community America Credit Union, where every member feels like a star. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
With the one in there and almost deflected. Shot in the goal! It is Nacho! Comets win game one! He does the game winner! For the Jim and for the Sword! Oh my! And he scores! Shoot! He
Welcome back, everyone. This is MASL in 5. I'm Alex Bastiavansky. It is great to see you again. Thanks so much for watching. Sit back, relax. 5 minutes is all I need to get you caught up on all that's gone down in the league over the past week.
Brian Miller, a multi-sport official, quite talented baseball umpire as I understand it, and right off the jump, a goal! And guess who? It's Kelvin Oliveira!
The MASL All-Star Game went down Wednesday night in Utica, New York. Team Kelvin Oliveira taking on Team Nick Pereira, the league's brightest stars, all under one roof. Yes, Marco Fabian was there as well. And of course, UCFC's own Kelvin, who, as you saw in the first clip, opened the scoring just a few seconds in. The crowd at the Adirondack Bank Center was treated to a fabulous night. Alex Sanchez of the Milwaukee Wave made it 2-zip Team Kelvin a few minutes later. Of course, no chance Nick Pereira was going to be left off the score sheet in this contest, though. He drew his side to within 1 goal 5 minutes later. But on this night, like so many others this season, it once again belonged to the Brazilian maestro, Kelvin.
It is 2-1 Team Kelvin. Kelvin in the attacking third, from his left to his right, and he scores a banger. 3-1 Team Kelvin, he's got 2.
Oliveira with 3 goals plus a helper. He was the game's MVP as Team Kelvin took down Team Nick Pereira 7-3. And before the All-Star Game, the skills competition went down, featuring all kinds of fun stuff, including a goalkeeper battle, a relay race, shootout, a crossbar challenge. Mario Alvarez hit the winning crossbar for Team Kelvin as they emerged victorious in the skills competition. What a great celebration of the indoor game it was in Utica. A few games from last weekend to tell you about. San Diego and Kansas City. The Sockers came into this one on a 10-game win streak. That streak is no more as the Comets emerged victorious 9-6. The next night, a dangerous St. Louis team that's battling for a playoff spot gave the Sockers all they could handle, pushing them to overtime before Sebastian Mendez killed their upset hopes with the golden goal to win it 6-5. And Baltimore was visiting Utica. We were all set for a back and forth clash. That never panned out. UCFC opened a lot of eyes by spanking the Blast 8-3. Baltimore had been riding a 9-game winning streak. Milton de Andrade was the game's first star with 2 goals plus a helper. Your players of the week, your goalkeeper, Andrew Coughlin, defensive player, Guerrero Pino, and offensively, he is a regular on this list now, Kelvin Oliveira. We're going to start with him. Once again, a spectacular week for Kelvin. 7 points, 5 goals, 2 assists for the Brazilian magician in 2 UCFC wins. Defensively, Pino from the Kansas City Comets. He had 7 huge blocks in that big Comets victory over the San Diego Sockers. And in goal, Andrew Coughlin, absolutely solid for the Blues in 2 wins, picking up 20 saves and adding 2 assists as well. Your plays of the week now.
The pass, looks forward. Calvin Oliveira all alone. Oliveira saved by Rodriguez.
Possession through now into the feet of Powell. Powell back heel towards Romero. His second of the night. Really.
Although miscommunication right now, the Stars only have 5 on the field. It doesn't matter because Matt Brame has found the back of the net.
Down. What a goal, Charlie Gonzalez.
SK gets through. Chile!
Hard challenge from O'Keefe. Oliveira has to just give it up. DeAndrade outside the line. Top shelf from DeAndrade.
He's played anywhere he can get a chance to play, he can play, and he's that good. Zach Reagan.
Zach Reagan!
Just missed him, and now Welly Gramusi goes the other way. Now DeAndrade turns the other way. His shot rifled into net. Milton DeAndrade.
A little help from Gontan. Costa to Mendez. Mendez, left foot, he scores. San Diego. They'll get 2 points tonight. Mendez.
And that is a wrap for this week's show, but just a reminder that all throughout the season, you can stay up to date on everything that's going on in the MASL by checking out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
Hail, alma mater, we sing to thee. Thy name forever a guiding light shall be.
Strong as an oak tree, thy name shall never fail.
To thee, alma mater.
Hail, Park Hail. We are. We are. We are.
We are.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on X.
Alongside Eric Bergrud, I'm Nick Vassos. Lux St. Louis on our sidelines. We are at the half. Kansas City leading 3-2. All Kansas City in the first quarter, all St. Louis in the second. Let's show some highlights of the first half here. We've had a very competitive game in this rivalry game. This was in the first quarter, the first goal of the game, and boy, this was a banger.
Henry Ramirez, Wallace score a goal. Off the glass, full volley, nothing Pollo could do. 1-0 Comets.
Boy, that is a quintessential indoor goal, isn't it? Just awesome. 1-0 Kansas City after that one. Then
we missed the Andre Reyes goal, but this is the Rion Marquez goal. Goes right to left, goes low, and at that point, 3-0 Comets.
And it looked like at that point they were off to the races, but Pollo really stepped up big.
He's saving them high, he's saving them low. And speaking of saves, off the line, Nacho. Niamsi thought he had a goal there. It was reviewed. The ruling on the field stood. Good job by SK stepping up here. Looks near side for NDI, who's going to soul roll it, go top shelf, 3-1, and the ambush were coming back at that point, Nick.
This last goal is quintessential. A lot going on here, Eric. Take us through this last St. Louis goal.
So a foul's going to be called on Leo Acosta. Daduka off the deflection, JT scores. But right before this play, and we'll take a look at it one more time, JT, in the right place you want to be, back post. Leo Acosta got called on a foul on Lucas Almeida, and Comets players thought that he took a dive on it. But because it wasn't a blue card infraction, the Comets could not challenge it. And so it led to a top-of-the-arc restart. They scored. If Acosta had been called for a blue card, there is no doubt Kansas City would have challenged it. And then the referees would have decided, was Lucas Almeida actually fouled in the first place? But since it was a common foul, it's not challengeable. And so St. Louis takes advantage of the top-of-the-arc restart, and it's 3-2. And we have a goalkeeper change at halftime here, Nick Vassos.
Pollo Cortez out and Paulo in.
We've been seeing this a lot of St. Louis.
Yeah.
They're starting to play like the Empire Strikers, where you never know who's going to be in goal at any given point. But strong first half there for Pollo. And Paulo, we know he loves to play at Cable Dahmer Arena.
Does he ever. Well, we are set up for a terrific second half, folks. Kansas City has the ball to begin the third quarter, and they'll move it right to left. Crowd getting behind the hometown team. Comets lead by 1. Ejimadu with the ball. He plays it out to the half line. And Reggett thought he was fouled. The crowd is so loud in here, I'm not sure we could even hear a whistle.
They always do this beginning of the third quarter magic minute, and Kansas City almost scored it last game.
Oh, here's a chance. Kansas City down to Ramon Palmer, just wide. They almost did it in the last home game against San Diego. They almost did it there for everybody to get some Culvers.
Culver's crazy minute is crazy loud in here.
It is.
Almost a goal there for Ramon Palmer.
Now over to SK. SK driven down to the ground by Acosta, and a foul called on the Comets.
Acosta's like, I thought I shouldered him, and Drew Klemp said, oh, no, you didn't. Free kick for the ambush. Subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcast, MASL shows, highlights, and more.
Restart coming up to St. Louis. They got the rebound out front. And Ejimadu able to get that one at the last minute. Here's a replay from right behind Philip Ejimadu.
Standing tall at almost an indoor goal.
Oh.
How many times have we seen the ball just ricochet off a defender just this season alone, Nick?
So many times. Vandegrift on up to Marquez. Marquez flicked it on, maybe looking for someone making a cross. Nobody there. The new goalkeeper, Paulo, has it. Ambush, trying to get it out of their last third. For Paulo this season, he is
good step there by Ejimadu.
He's 1-8, and his goals against average is 6.9. Certainly not up to his standards, but
good job by Ejimadu reading the ball coming into Lucas Almeida. Comets a little out of position defensively. It's 2 opportunities in a row there for Lucas Almeida.
Eric Pereira shaking up on the field, holding his right ankle.
St. Louis foul number 3, Briggs, second of the half.
And Eric up on his feet. Here's another replay of it. He did get locked up. Looks like that might have been Niamsi, maybe. Anyway, KC's ball. Forward it goes to Reggett. Kansas City has already won the regular season series against St. Louis. They've won the I-70 cup presented by Wana. They'll be presented with that cup after the game, win or lose. Ideally, the Comets have their eyes on a different cup.
The Central Cup?
The Central Cup!
Somebody actually mentioned that to me at the All-Star break. We need to bring back the Central Cup. I thought, this is awesome. Somebody speaking my language, Nick.
Eric loves the Central Cup. Ramirez. Holloman.
For those of you who haven't been following us for years, this was a 2-year tournament. Kansas City and St. Louis were involved in, a few other teams, and Kansas City won both years.
Rian with Niamsi right behind him. Back to Pino. Pino looked inside, played it near side for Kazim. Junior moving forward with Dylan Hundelt squeezing him against the boards, and the ball rolls into Paulo. Paulo to Araujo, forward out to the King. Tayu kicks it away from the goal, back to Robbie Cristo.
Great to see him playing again. St. Louis, just a long tradition of hometown players wearing their pro team colors, and Robbie Cristo among the many who have made that transition.
Ndiaye to Chakunte. Now out front and center for Niamsi, and a reset. We've got a whistle. Shaking up player on the field, and is that Junior Kazim?
That is Junior Kazim.
Junior plays with such ferocity and intensity, but looks like he's going to be all right.
Take a look on the replay here. He came in behind Chakunte, and then Chakunte
runs him over.
Yeah, going for the ball.
Yep. Yeah. Almeida taking it deep into the corner. 2 Comet players are there, one on the seat of their pants. Acosta comes out with it, able to get it over to Vandegrift. Zach Reggett was running on and was alone at the other end of the field, but the Comets didn't see him down there. Ndiaye is chasing Zach around. Here comes Zach with the ball, and Ndiaye sets up in front of him. Right side for Vandegrift. Now Reggett. Zach. A little bit too high. That one out of bounds.
MSLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. And I spend entirely too much time on it all week, Nick. if that's such a thing.
Here's Andreos.
Big save there by Pollo. Excuse me, Paulo.
There you go.
Paulo Pollo. Paulo.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep.
Got it right. Off Kansas City, Niamsi in his own last third.
Paulo's had big games over the years here at Cable Dahmer Arena.
Big games. Some pressure from Kansas City. Niamsi on over to Hundelt. Dylan Hundelt plays it out front. Eric Pereira runs onto that one. Pinballing around, and that one goes off of, well, they're going to give it back to.
Everybody on the ambush bench calling for a handball 2-minute penalty here on Pereira. We'll take a look at it. Right there.
But they give the ball to Kansas City.
Called a foul just right before that, split second before.
3-2, 9.5 to play. Pino runs on that one from
Save.
distance. Wow, what a strike by Pino.
That was in three-point land, Nick Vassos.
Sure was. That was almost halfway between the half line and yellow line. 75 feet away, and Paulo rose up to get a piece of that one.
I don't care what his height is. I don't care what his age is. He makes some of the most acrobatic saves. When he can see the ball from distance, he can get up high.
Here's Niamsi racing down the left side. Niamsi shoots, and Ejimadu makes the save. Keto out with the rebound for the ambush, and a foul called on Nathan Dirtle. They'll reset the ball on the far touchline. Here comes Deonce in that.
What speed. That does actually look like Vandegrift.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Cleared that out.
Chalk up another block for Vandegrift. He's been terrific on the back line for the Comets this year. Briggs, forward for Taiyu. Taiyu had a couple of goals last time these two teams got together, or the game earlier this season, I should say. Here's Thomas. His pass deflected by Lennis. Dirtle with a header. Couple of bounces. And Andreos, couple of touches with the and a third touch. Now moving to his right. On over to the corner to Lennis, and it looks like the Comets will reset. Lennis goes off. Ramirez comes on. Kansas City continuing to lead 3-2. Kansas City scored 3 in the first. St. Louis scored 2 in the second. So far, no scoring here in the third. These two rivals, I-70 rivals, playing in their 172nd match. Vandegrift, a St. Louis native, on back to Nacho. Now near side for Nathan Dirtle. Forward it comes to Zach Reggett in the left wing corner. Reggett taken down. Foul called. Comets going to get a good restart here.
Reggett wants the ball. Comets need a few changes there. Get the right personnel on the field. Nacho will stand over the ball. Mikey Lennis, Leo Acosta, and Zach Reggett on the back line. Rion Marquez there at the back post.
Leo and Zach are going to trade positions. Back to Lennis. He ran up on that one. It was blocked. Whoa, Acosta with an absolute laser. Acosta trying to come up with the rebound. Now Robbie Cristo fires from the half line. Ejimadu is there, and he'll kick it long. Marquez with a header. Lennis saves it. Kansas City on the attack. Nacho goes off the glass. Lennis flashes in. Could not put a boot on it. Now Reggett drives one in there. Off the boards to Marquez. Turns, fires. Save. Paulo.
The turn was great. Didn't have any pace on that shot. No problem there for Paulo Nascimento.
Paulo throws it long. That one headed out of bounds off of KC. And we've got our timeout. So let's take a break here. We got a good one going in Kansas City. 6:48 left to play in the third. Kansas City Comets 3, St. Louis 2. We'll be right back.
The Adirondack Apartments, the brand new apartment and townhome community, is now open in Independence and is the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Discover modern luxury living, from stainless steel appliances to resort-style swimming pool. The Adirondack Apartments has everything you need to live the life you deserve. Stop by or visit us on the web to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home. The Adirondack Apartments.
Welcome back to the Cable Dahmer Arena. It's not just retro night, it is also the I-70 indoor soccer reunion, and I'm up here in the suite with some of our absolute legends of the game, both from St. Louis and Kansas City. This is a storied rivalry that goes back eons and eons. So if you want to get a look at these gentlemen, these are our legends. Gentlemen, how do you feel about the game so far?
The game is awesome, and the stories up here are pretty crazy as well. We've been telling some great ones and a lot of rivalries here, too.
A lot of great stories. Yeah, it's great to see Ty again. I only see him maybe once a year, and he asked me if can I kick you, Kim, just for old time's sake? You know, no.
You could never catch me, is what he said.
Absolute legends of the game up here in the box for our I-70 indoor soccer reunion. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to you guys in the box.
So Ty Keogh played both in St. Louis and Kansas City and was part of the national broadcast group team with JP Delacamera. He's done it all.
So great to see Ty. He's going to be presenting the I-70 trophy to the Comets after the game.
And then there's that Kim Rutbed guy who always seems to surface.
Kim Rutbed, the Indoor Soccer Hall of Famer. Longtime member of the Wings and the Comets.
A little bit of the attack.
Yeah, a little bit of the attack. I got a chance to call some of his games. Played for a long time. Still lives in the Kansas City area. Here's Araujo.
Never played for St. Louis, though. He never made it, just pivoted between Wichita and Kansas City. Coached the Comets here 2 times.
Here comes Palmer. Into open space to Reggett. Reggett to the corner. Holloman back to Kazim, who shoots that one wide.
Comets had a lot of time there. Junior Kazima went that one back.
Reggett gets tripped up by Almeida.
Almeida's doing the dive symbol.
Oh, Lucas. After what happened in the first half, you going to do that?
That's awesome.
Wow.
Take a look at this. That will go to live play.
Thomas came up with the block. He'll just kick it long. Comets will go for a few changes. Ejimadu brings it up for Kansas City.
Step over.
Costa turns around, plays it back to Vandegrift.
And no touch available for Ejimadu. This is where you need to pay attention to the rules here.
And Costa was paying attention. He ran back there to help out his keeper. Ball loose out front. Eske's got it. He shoots and buries it. We are level at 3.
Kudos to the ambush for capitalizing. The Comets, you got to wonder who's paying attention in terms of goalkeeper touches on this. So Acosta comes back. Good job by Tayu to stick his foot in there. Ultimately, Eske finds some space on the backside, takes a touch, goes high. Ejimadu's down 3-3. Great team goal for St. Louis. Mental letdown for Kansas City on that one. You don't want to put yourself in a position where it's a mental mistake that leads to a goal. And it's a brand new ball game, Nick.
Sure is, Eric. Will Eske, his 10th on the season. And for Axel Gicante, that is assist number 2 on the year. That was a really nice play by Axel to get that ball over to William, who took an extra touch to get some space and buried it. So here we go. 3 straight by St. Louis now after 3 by KC. Go ahead, Eric.
Top of the arc restart headed out. When you're a goalkeeper in your situation like that, you have 2 options. One is you could just touch it and hope your team comes back to defend and give up the free kick, or you hope a defender runs back to get it, and Ejimadu went the latter. Timeout. Always a good time for a timeout. Top of the arc restart.
All right, we'll keep it right here. 4:46 left to play in the third, and we are tied at 3. Coming up tonight, we've got the game of the week on CBS Sports Golazo. That'll be in Empire as the Strikers host the Baltimore Blast. Baltimore and Kansas City currently tied for third. Empire in 7th position. They need points as well. A little bit later on, Chihuahua is at San Diego at Front Wave Arena. These are the top 2 teams in the MASL. Chihuahua, though, 4-3 on the road. Harrisburg traveling to Tacoma. Tacoma 3-2-1 at home. Harrisburg has lost 4 in a row.
Tacoma with a brutal first part of the year, and the front half of the schedule was mainly road games, were heavy road games, and they found themselves with back-to-back or weekends where they would play at Chihuahua and then have to travel to San Diego. And so they need some home cooking. They got the win the other night against Harrisburg. They could use another 3 points. And they're another team that's within distance of that 24-point barrier, if you want to call it that, to get 8th place. So Harrisburg, if they don't get a result today, they've got Kansas City coming in next weekend, and they're going to have to find something. If you're St. Louis, you have an opportunity right here to get 3 points. It would be huge in terms of their chances and momentum, because they have some home games coming up, some tough teams coming to the Family Arena.
4 straight, in fact, Eric. They'll have UCFC, Dallas, San Diego, and Milwaukee. Now, it won't be easy, but they are playing at home and chance to get points. Let's see what happens here with the Comets. Nacho dummies it. Reggett, Acosta, shot save. Paulo.
No problem there for Paulo.
Paulo looks down the field, chips it to Daduka. Touched back, and Eske controls. There's Daduka. On up to Axel Chicante. And forward to Will Eske. Eske runs on it. Into the corner. Acosta marks him there. Here's a drive. That one by Cristo. That went off the side of his foot. Daduka coming over to the near side to pick it up. Plays it away from the goal. On back to NDI. Now across the field to Thomas again.
Worth mentioning again, Nick, that after those early 3 goals, St. Louis has clamped it down defensively. Comets absolutely could use a goal here in the third. St. Louis battle back, and as we said, opportunities in their grasp right now.
Acosta, he loses it to Quito. Quito splits the defense, gets by another, fires a shot, that one wide. Ejumadu kicks it away from the goal.
Talk about Will Eske having a fast step. Quito just blew past the Comets defense there. And right now, Comets look a little bit rattled defensively.
Indeed. Foul called on NDI. 3:10 to play in the third. Comets and Ambush level at 3. What a game we've got here on Retro Night between these two rivals, meeting for the 172nd time. Kansas City 9-1-2, tied for third. St. Louis 4-9-1, 12 points on 12 points, and they're in 9th. Comets have won 4 straight. Pino chips it ahead for Holloman. Araujo heads that one away and out of bounds.
I know you haven't called all 172 games, Nick, but you've called more than your fair share of this series.
That's for sure.
Well, and then going back to the 90s, the attack and ambush games back then, which were legendary.
Marquez.
No foul there on Niamsi, and Marquez is going to have to hustle to get back.
He's on it. He's on his horse. Now Niamsi goes down, and a foul is called against Brian.
And a delay of game warning, too, for kicking the ball down the field. He did the most important thing, because Niamsi's been making great counter runs all day. He got back, thought he won it squarely, kicked the ball away, thinking he was going to clear it. Delay warning.
Quick restart. Taiyu drives one in there. It's rejected by the Comet defense. And Kansas City out with it. Here comes Nacho Flores.
Look at Ramon Palmer making a run.
Oh, Palmer somehow got it through a whole host of players. Now Marquez turns, fires. Oh,
Ramon's going to want that one back. He was heading for Benji Monreal. Highlight reel opportunity there. did not get a clean look at that.
Palmer went up on the bike and fanned on it. Now Duduka has it on the half line. 2 minutes to play. And Duduka is shaken up.
Just looking over at the St. Louis bench to see if they were going to try to challenge this. Take a look at it here. Kick on the back of the ankle. I don't know. You know me, I don't like seeing coaches use their challenge flags until late in the game, but this could be an opportune moment if you're wanting to roll the dice here. Definitely got kicked in the back of the foot.
Yep. Plays back underway. NDI into the corner for Araujo. Kansas City kicks it high and then out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Louis.
To be fair, in every MASL game, if you counted everybody who got kicked in the back of their leg or foot, that one was just right there.
Yeah. Nacho. He touches it over to Andreos. Christian picks it up on the far side, bangs it off of Dylan Hundelt. The rebound comes to Lennis of the Kansas City Comets. Lennis into Kazim. Kazim back out to Vandegrift. And now Reggett. 1:25 to play in the third. This is Nacho to Kazim. Junior looking at options for Lennis. Lennis tries the near post. Paulo pins it up against the dasher boards, and Paulo's got it. 1 minute to play. 1 minute to play in the third.
Good pressure there by Kazim.
NDI goes off the boards to Hundelt. Hundelt back to his keeper, Paulo. Paulo up to Duduka. Duduka marked there by Vandegrift. Now Eske. Eske racing down the right side. Eske shoots. Boy, Eske, I can't believe he got that one off. Was close. Now Almeida with a drive at the top.
Too easy.
That wide. Rebound from Eske, and boy, Comets dodged some trouble there.
Yeah, too easy there. And if you're Ejimadu, need to breathe a little bit here because there were two great opportunities there for St. Louis, could not convert.
Comets just seem a little bit off right now as the ball is knocked out of play, and it'll stay with Kansas City. 12.3 seconds left. Vandegrift rolls it along the near touchline for Marquez. 10 to play. Marquez goes Wallace score. That one almost out of bounds. Now Nacho with a drive, and that one will result in goalkeeper distribution for Paulo in the ambush. Paulo throws it high and long. Horn sounds, and that's the end of three, and nothing has been decided. Just one goal in the third. That one coming off the foot of Will Eske, his 10th on the year. Axel Chicante with the assist, and we are level at 3. Fourth and final frame, straight ahead on MASL TV and 38 The Spot. Stay with us.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
This is Kansas City. This is my town. What happens here matters to me. You're my neighbors, and when one of my neighbors gets hurt, I want to help. If you're hurt in Kansas City, I've got this.
Call 816-888-7500.
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. Please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
Disagree with a call tonight? You might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show. Under Review with Phil Levanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. Ryan Sigich, we've missed him on the field. He is still in a walking boot, Nick. Had a great chat with him up at Utica.
Good.
He obviously would like to be out there. It's not happening right now.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like some great story he can tell about his injury, but hopefully we'll see him soon. But what's great about having a weekly show is he doesn't have to be that mobile to talk to Phil Levanco.
That is exactly right. Great insight there from the Director of Officials, Ryan Sigich, and our friend Phil Levanco on Under Review. There's Paulo making some contact to three of his best friends, the two posts and the crossbar. Kansas City and St. Louis tied at 3. We expected this kind of game. I mean, after the first 15 minutes, I think fans might have thought, well, the Comets are going to run away with this one. No. This is a rivalry game. 3 straight by St. Louis, and now we are level at 3, and we've got 15 minutes to decide this one.
So if you're Kansas City, you absolutely don't want Will Eske in space, so you have to be really careful there. Frank Tayu's been quiet so far, so it'll be interesting to see if they get him unleashed. And for Kansas City offensively, got to get the ball more to Rion Marquez's feet, I think. And Zach Regga's been trying to get into space. We'll see if he uncorks from outside.
Here's NDI, step over, soul roll. Andreos takes it away. Tayu makes a great play to keep it for the ambush. Tayu with a soul roll coming down the left, stiff arms a defender away, fires a shot. Ejimadu makes the save. Here come the Comets the other way. Pino on his horse, racing down the right side, but Quito's going to win that battle every time. He is a speedster. Quito back with the ball, plays it into the target to Tayu. Tayu trying to turn, and a foul called against Kansas City. Eric Pereira, the guilty party.
Another good opportunity here. Let's see if we can get a replay on this. Entry pass into Tayu. Going to try to turn around Pereira. Sticks a leg out. Saw St. Louis score in almost the exact same situation. JT on the near post this time. Tayu on the near side.
Here's JT with a short post try, and that one ends up going out of bounds. It's off of Kansas City, and St. Louis will keep it. Almeida back to Duduka. Duduka fires one and bags it from downtown. 4-3 St. Louis, their first lead of the game.
From a goalkeeping perspective, you don't like getting beaten near post. We'll take a look at it from this angle. Just a little bit of action on that from Duduka. Went around Holloman. And
what a
Ejimadu
goal.
Just watched it go past. It's 4-3. And
wow.
Shades of the last game here where Kansas City finds themselves behind and they got to find a way to get back in. Not what they expected.
Certainly not. Here's the target. Oh, there's
And
Rion. That's going to be a 2. I don't know. Could this be a shootout as well? Was there anybody back? Niamsi's.
Well, he was behind. I mean, he grabbed him as he grabbed Rion as Rion was trying to turn. That that's just going to, well, this is going to be interesting.
Here's the call.
Good
Shootout.
call, partner.
Yeah.
Last defender back.
Yep.
And they've changed the rule this year. The shootout in recent years had been live, which meant when the ball is played, everybody runs in. And now it's kind of the old school indoor soccer rule where it's the attacker versus the goalkeeper for 5 seconds. If he doesn't score, the game is whistled right there, or the play is whistled right there. Marquez against Paulo.
Here we go. This to tie the game. Marquez missed it, and in a second try goes wide. So now the Comets will be on the power play for the next 2 minutes. Take a look at it again, Eric.
I think he put the ball way too in front of himself, and then he had to figure out, what do I do with it? And so that first touch just a little long.
Mm-hmm. So Comets on the power play for the season. Kansas City 50%. 6 different players have 1 power play each. So a lot of options out there to Kansas City. Here's Acosta. Front and center for Nacho. Acosta down to the corner to Rian. Over the shot. Goal! It's Zach Reggett. His second power play goal of the season. His first goal of the night. And we are back level at 4.
Reggett in space. Good ball movement. Nacho. Acosta. Marquez. Reggett. Another assist for the league leader, Rian Marquez, Nick.
Brand new game. Reggett, he gets his his first goal of the night. And for Reggett, that is number 11 on the year. And for Marquez, picking up his another assist, he now has 17 assists.
If I told you at the beginning of the season that Rian Marquez would be leading the league in assists, what would your response be?
Really?
Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
So both teams back to even strength. We have 12 minutes and 57 seconds left in this contest. Tied at 4. Kansas City, winners of 4 straight. St. Louis desperately needs points. Tayu off the boards through the area. No teammate could catch up with that one. Pereira trying to clear. That one all goes off of Thomas and then deflects off of Cristo out of bounds.
But where we are in this season, it makes a lot of sense that he's leading the league in assists because teams defensively, they're trying to double him and mark him tight. That creates lanes, passing lanes. So he's finding those runners coming off his left, coming off his right. And so the way the season's evolved, it's not a surprise now that he keeps racking up assists as teams try to figure out, how do we defend him?
That's good context there from Eric Bergerud. Thank you. Kicked into the left wing corner. Axel Chicante runs on that one, fires it, deflects out of bounds. It'll go back to Kansas City with 12:03 to play in the game.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on X.
Ejimadu kicked forward for Kazim. Kazim goes down and a foul called on Dylan Hundelt. It'll stay with Kansas City. Kazim goes off. Acosta comes on. Acosta bangs it off the boards. couple of players inside the box couldn't put a boot on it, including Rion Marquez.
And saying Wallace scored us so much this season, and he put a really good angle on it onto Rion's left foot, but he just couldn't turn his ankle around and keep that shot on frame.
Paulo out to Daduka. Daduka stiff arms the defender away, and Nacho. Now over to NDI. 11.5 to play in the game. Tied at 4. Almeida's out there. Pinball's back to NDI. They'll send it all the way back to Paulo. Paulo sends one on the ground, low up to Taiyu. Taiyu turns. Taiyu now trying to go forward, runs into a couple of players and then mows over Andorreos for the second time. Foul called on Frank.
Not 100% sure that he agreed with that call, but we keep playing.
Now Acosta on the right side. Faked a shot to the right. He's got Araujo in front of him. Acosta back with the ball. Back to Pino. Comets and ambush in another tight one here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Zach forward to Acosta. Acosta marked by Araujo and a foul called on Rafael.
Take a look at this on the replay. It's a little.
Yep. Had him by the arm. Acosta runs up on it, and that one sent high up and over the glass.
Acosta had traveling fans at the All-Star game. After the game, there were all these Acosta sweatshirts on the field. His friends and family had drove 11 hours from the Chicago area.
Love it.
To get to Utica.
That's great. Meanwhile, at the other end.
Out of bounds, top of the arc restart. Maybe a little early for St. Louis to use their second timeout, but a huge opportunity here for Lucas Almeida and the St. Louis ambush.
Andorreos has a goal in this game, the second one. 3 men in the wall. Almeida behind the ball for St. Louis. Almeida to Frank Taiyu. Frank Taiyu could not redirect it. Ejimadu picks it up.
Thought he was fouled by Nacho.
Then at the other end, Daduka and Rion get tangled up. Rion wanted a foul. Daduka flops on the ground, and both teams play on. Oh, challenge flag on the field. Where?
Stokic is asking for the tangle between Marquez and Daduka, I think. I don't know if you saw assistant coach Matt Gordon pleading with the team to be quiet while he was talking to the referee. So they're wanting a blue card. I think this is going to be interesting. We'll take a look at this, Nick Vassos. It has to be that collision that they're going to look at.
Okay, and here it is.
Are they saying an arm up over the shoulders, maybe? Contact over the shoulders on the first one, maybe?
We'll get another one more.
We need a closer look for sure.
They're going to roll it back. Our replay operator, Noah Lamson's going to give us another one. Thank you, Noah. Oh, the arm was up there a little bit, yeah. And I'm sure it looks like they may have already made their decision. So here we go.
The call on the field stands.
Call on the field stands.
Okay, just a foul. Maybe Coach Stokic thought he had to use the card at that point. I'm sure Rion came over and said, arm above the shoulders. But inconclusive on the video, play stands.
We'll say our last replay reminder, the 97th Academy Award ceremony is coming up on March 2nd.
Public address announcer Nate Herron having a little bit of fun here on the PA following that call or non-call, depending on your perspective.
Into the corner for Robbie Christo. Christo draws a crowd. Dirtle's there. He takes the ball out. Dirtle using the boards to get around and then is fouled by Ryan Keto.
Keto's been all over the field today.
He's been a factor.
Has a great first step. Definitely did not want to see Dirtle blow past him there. Simple foul.
Here comes some pressure from St. Louis. Quickly up ahead to Reggett. Goes off the boards. And Paulo picks it up. Now pressure from Kansas City. Dirtle with some pressure on Paulo. Hundelt goes back. Flicked up high. Pereira heads it back into the zone.
Eric Pereira's gotten a lot of minutes here on defense against his former team.
Paulo funnels one into the corner for Taiyu. Taiyu trying to fight around the defender and Pereira.
Ejimata wasn't sure whether it came from a teammate or came from Taiyu, so he played it safe, did not pick it up.
Kansas City goes for changes, and then here comes St. Louis back the other way. Taiyu. Araujo. Niamsi. Thomas. Almeida. Niamsi turns on Kazim. Kazim, good position there defensively. Thomas trying to split the defense. Contact there from, and now Taiyu shoots, and boy, good turn by Taiyu.
He had that corner too, just hit it wide.
Sure did. Lennis trying to feed Kazim down the left side, just a little too soft. St. Louis takes it back away. 8.5 to play in the game. We're level at 4. Crowd inching closer to the edge of their seat. Paulo on up to Dylan Hundell. Back to Niamsi. Forward it comes to Deduca. Deduca to Eske. Eske shoots. Save. Ejimatu.
And he had to because Dylan Hundell was streaking down the middle for any loose ball.
Healed back for Niamsi. Niamsi marked closely by Lennis. Lennis trying to poke the ball in there, and a foul called on Mikey.
Kansas City foul number 29, Mikey Lennis, his first of the half.
Had his hand on the jersey there.
Fistful of jersey, didn't he?
Pretty easy call for the refereeing crew.
Here's Niamsi. Niamsi, tried to get it into Almeida. Almeida is shaken up.
I think that was Henry Ramirez who went through for the ball there.
It was DeBray Holloman who made
Holloman?
Yeah,
Okay.
DeBray Holloman made contact with Almeida. Here he comes. You can see there.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look who's in the booth with us, the Rocket, Kim Runfed.
Control to Major Tom.
Great to see you, Kim. Oh, it's a great game. Yeah.
Always great to have you, Rocket.
Yeah. Still fit as ever, too. I'm feeling better. Thank you, Kim. Deduca in the right wing corner.
See, when Nick Bassos misses a game, all of Kansas City is like, our world is out of whack.
Let's take a break. Yeah, there he is again. 7:28 to play in the game. Kansas City and St. Louis are tied at 4 here on Alumni Night. Rocket, thank you. We'll see you on the other side, everybody.
Community America Credit Union, where every member feels like a star. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
MASL fans, join us here at the Cable Dahmer Arena for our next home game on Saturday, March 1st at 6:05 p.m. as the Kansas City Comets take on Utica City FC. Tickets available at kccomets.com. 4-4 all tied up here, 7:28 in the fourth, just about to get into the action. Sending it up to back to Nick and Eric in the booth.
All right, Lux St. Louis, thank you so much. Wow, that's going to be quite the game here
Every
at Cable
time
Dahmer Arena.
Kansas City and Utica City FC play, it's a barn burner.
No kidding. Here comes Ejimadu. Final 7:20 to play here. Who is going to go home? Who will be the hero? 3 points on the line, we think. You never know with these two teams. Quito trips up Henry Ramirez.
Quito had kicked the ball away first.
All the way to Axel Chicante in the corner, and Ramirez, correction, Acosta is down there, pinballing around and winds into Ejimadu. Acosta, forward for Marquez. St. Louis is perfectly fine with Rion having the ball out there. They don't want him to have it at the top of the arc. Pino over to Acosta. Acosta tries to split the defense. Chicante out with it, gets it to Tayu. Tayu against Pino. Pino, good defensive play by Pino.
Araujo making the run.
Here he comes, and then a block by Pino again. Ball off the boards.
4-on-3 opportunity if the Comets hustle.
Here comes Marquez, shot and a goal! It is Acosta from Marquez. Comets retake the lead. It's 5-4.
Maybe. Challenge flag is on the field. St. Louis is going to say there was a foul on the run of play. We'll take a look at that. But if it stands, you've got another Rion Marquez assist. This will be back in the Comets.
Yeah, they're going to say Ramon Palmer. They're going to say Ramon Palmer fouled Rafael Araujo on the run-up to that play.
Take a look at this. There's a reason sometimes you hold that challenge flag, Nick.
I suspect if they
see if we get the look on the lead up to the counterattack here.
So again, it happened on the Comets' half of the field, and here we go.
Right
there. And then the Comets were off to the races.
So here's the thing, though. It's right in front of Elvis Osmanovic, right?
Yeah.
So he's right there.
He doesn't.
The first time. Now, I could totally see them calling it. He didn't call it in live play, but there looks like a stiff arm put out by Ramon Palmer. We'll see what the call is.
Call in the field stands, goal. Wow.
So let me give you my 2 cents. I'm not on under review, Nick, but I watch it a lot. Osmanovic was right there on the original play. We'll see it right here. He was just outside the frame. There he is. So, I mean, if he didn't see it 10 feet in front of him, he's going to overturn himself on replay. And St. Louis can't believe that they didn't see it, because on the video review, you could see Ramon's arm projecting out. Goal stands. Acosta with the goal. Another assist for Rion Marquez.
And Acosta with number 7 on the year. Kansas City back out in front, 5-4. 5:37 to play in the game. Fans excited about that. 5.5 to play here.
St. Louis felt they got victimized last week at home on a potential handball by San Diego goalkeeper Xavier Snare-Williams. And didn't get the call on review. And once again, they did not get a call on review. And they're probably thinking to themselves, what do we have to do to get a call the way we see it?
Paulo sends one, just out of play. And Kansas City will have it. 5:02 left in the game.
It's never too early to start talking playoffs. Join 8 of our teams in sunny San Diego as they square off in the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs April 4th through 6th. Ticket deposits are now being accepted. Visit sdsoccers.com for more information.
St. Louis with the ball on the attack. Ndiaye tees one up from 60 feet. That one blocked by the Comet defense. Kicked back to Paulo. Paulo deftly lifts one to the Comet side of the field. Kazin now kind of one-on-one. Now Zach Riggin shoots just above the crossbar. Tried a second chance and couldn't get a boot on it. Game opening up just a bit here with 4:20 left to play in the contest. And we've got a whistle and a foul called against St. Louis. Kansas City will have it. Zach's going to be all right. Scrapes himself
We're
up.
getting to that point of the game, Nick, where every foul or potential foul, look at that shot. He went in step and hit it high. Everything that's close to a foul, the home fans and the home bench are going to be complaining about. And the St. Louis bench is like, there's nothing there. And that's all part of indoor soccer.
Sure is. Comets out shooting St. Louis by just a smidge, 25-23. It's been that close today, no doubt about it. Acosta, forward to Vandegrift. Chad goes off the boards looking for Rian. Frank Tayu on back to Niamsi, and some high pressure, and a ball still loose. And what do we got here? Foul called on
Marquez. That may be 3. We'll have to listen. Maybe his third of the half at this point. That's his second of the half.
3:42. Clock is rolling. Comets lead by 1. Paulo looking right down Main Street for Tayu. Headed away by Kansas City. 50-50 ball settled on the turf by Marquez.
Did a great job holding on to it. Now, if you're a fan of your home team and you have a chance at the ball, why would you put your arms out to try to stop play?
Right.
Just a question.
Araujo looking to get it to Tayu, but a foul called on Pino. Pino can't believe it.
St. Louis will typically bring their goalkeeper forward before they go 6 attacker. It's a little early, 3 minutes, 12 seconds, but Paulo is over his yellow line at this point.
Restart here for St. Louis. Almeida behind the ball. Lucas, the veteran, to James Thomas. Rolled over the top of that one. Still loose. Ejimadu moves to his left and pounces on the rebound.
Zach Reggett running down the field.
Ejimadu long for Reggett. One big hopping into the arms of Paulo.
St. Louis still has a timeout remaining.
Duduka. That one blocked by Dirtle. Dirtle trying to win the ball away from Thomas. Thomas able to get it up to the speedy Eske. Eske moving to his left now into the middle, shoots, and
Big
Pino
block.
makes a block. Pino with some good defensive play tonight. The always dangerous Will Eske.
Paulo is now over the midfield line for all intents and purposes playing 6 attacker.
They put NDI behind the ball this time instead of Almeida. NDI.
Timeout.
Timeout. Timeout. St. Louis.
2:33 remaining. Wouldn't it be interesting if Paulo just unleashes from outside the yellow line just because he can? But
we've seen him score just inside the half line here at Cable Dahmer Arena.
We've seen him do all sorts of things here, so anything's possible at this point. If you're Kansas City, they'll probably put one in front of the shooter or the passer, if you want to look at it like that. And St. Louis looks like they're trying to spread SK out wide. You get the ball to SK, that first step, if he's taking on a defender, you want to have that matchup if you're the St. Louis ambush.
Yep. There's Jeff Locker on the left. Donnie Alberti to his left. See Stefan Stokic in the middle of the huddle there with his team.
So I mentioned that they played 3 times historically on February 16th. Comets won in 1990, lost in 1991 when they wore the original version. I mean, both years they had those blue jerseys. Yep. But the last time these teams played on February 16th was right here, 2020. It was a 10-6 Sunday game. And you might recall this was like the month before COVID shut down the league. And so Kansas City and St. Louis were both desperate trying to get that final playoff spot. And then
and then
the season ended.
Poof.
Yep. So neither of them made the playoffs. But at the time, it was an important win for the Comets. And that was on this date in 2020.
They'll keep NDI behind the ball. Mo comes near side to SK. One touch to the corner to Thomas. His drive is blocked by Vandegrift, out of bounds. Comets quickly get into position.
Paulo drops behind the midfield line.
Out top to SK. SK, a couple of touches, fires one in there, and Ejimadu, ranging to his right, makes the save.
And they could take a timeout now, choose not to.
Pino lofts it towards the center circle. Back the other way. Now Pino kicks it away again, on up to Reggett. Reggett goes off the boards. He gets the ball back. Reggett leading Linus. Oh, Paulo comes out to kick it away. Now Reggett again in the corner. Paulo with a great defensive play there to keep it just a 1-goal game. And boy, Duduka is steaming mad at the official there.
If you're Kansas City.
And he's just been rung up.
Yep, yellow card. He will spend 5 minutes thinking about this.
And he just hurt his team. He's out for the rest of the game. And Reggett comes out hobbling just a little bit. I'm not sure that left ankle of his is still 100% right.
Good move to create space off the boards and just a little far ahead of Linus. Well read there by Paulo. Reggett into the boards, got hit from behind. I mean, that's clearly a foul. Clearly a foul. He got hit from behind.
So Zach stays on the field. Ball played up to Pino. Pino goes all the way back to Zach. 1 minute, 45 seconds left to play in the game. Comets lead by 1. Here's Pino. On over to Nacho. Nacho leading the break, moves to his right. He shoots! And Nacho, perhaps with the dagger. Comets lead 6-4. Nacho is his name.
Coach Stokic, time and time again, said the transition game is so important to this team. Look at Nacho on the break, cuts past 2 defenders, goes across Paulo. Now they're going to go 6 attacker with Dylan Hundelt. Minute 31 left. Nacho, how many games in the last year has he come up with big goals at the end of the game?
Such a huge year last year, and he really has just added on to what he did last year this year. A little bit of a slow start this season, but Nacho has been tremendous, not only as a leader of this team, but also contributing production, whether it's assists or goals. Nacho, another one, his 6th on the year, giving Kansas City a 2-goal lead.
Late addition to the All-Star game. Enjoyed his time in Utica.
1:14 left to play in the game. It's not impossible for St. Louis. Dylan Hundelt wearing the 6th attacker jersey.
We saw Milwaukee score 2 late regulation goals yesterday, too.
Here's Almeida, and the ball loose out front, kicked away off the line by Lennis. And then kicked out of bounds by Pino. It's going to be...
St. Louis bench is wanting a video review on this. Again, Drew Klemp was right there. Well, Elvis Osmanovic was right there, and he waved it off. So this one, I think, was more clear-cut. It didn't go over the line.
Almeida out front. Esque. That one off the end boards. Back out front. 48 seconds left to play in the game. Hundelt fires it back in there. Tayu in the corner with Pino. A mark on him. Pino and Tayu getting a little aggressive with one another. And a foul is called on Pino.
Little hand slapping there going on in the corner.
Uh-oh, Pino. Now Pino's been rung up. And Pino will be sent off.
This is not what you want if you're Kansas City on a dangerous situation here in the corner, and one of your top defenders is going to be spending 5 quality minutes in the penalty box.
So Pino will join Duduka in the penalty box. Coming up at the end of this game, we'll have the presentation of the I-70 Series trophy presented by Awana. Tai Keo will hand the trophy to Kansas City. 38.2 seconds left to play. We'll also have our player of the game. Almeida, shot, goal! It's Dylan Hundelt! And the ambush are within 1. Still 36 and a half seconds left to play in the game. Hundelt, his first tally. And the game is now a 1-goal game.
Never give up in indoor soccer. Drilled that one off the crossbar. Kansas City, you still have a timeout. And so one scenario is you could pass the ball back to your goalkeeper, have him put his foot on it, take a few seconds off the clock.
Hundelt is 4th on the season. 36 and a half seconds.
Saw Kansas City try to hold on against Milwaukee in Milwaukee earlier this year and give up one less than 10 seconds left. They decided to go long.
Marquez on the doorstep. Marquez, now that is the dagger. Rion, rub those hands. Kansas City 7, St. Louis 5.
So clearly this is why Stefan Stokic is head coach of the Kansas City Comets, and I'm not, because I would have called timeout there. They decide to go down the field. Ball just bounces in the right place off of Briggs to Rion Marquez. Another point for him. 7-5 Comets. They're going to look at a potential handball here. Never say never. The game isn't over. What are all the cliches? It ain't over till it's over, Nick.
I think they're going to wipe away.
They're going to call a handball on Marquez.
They're going to call a They are. I think they are. Once we see the replay, I thought there might have been.
Let's take a look here.
Here it is. Okay.
All right. So did he get it with his finger?
I don't know. That hard to tell if it changed the trajectory on that. I mean, is it a natural position? We're gonna have to get another angle here.
I would love to see it a little bit closer. It looked like it could have hit a finger. We'll see what our referees say. It was a handball.
Oh.
St. Louis is still alive, Nick.
Wow.
Handball called on Rion Marquez. 30.3 seconds left. Hundelt out there as sixth attacker.
Whew. So wipe off the board. Goal by Marquez.
Hundelt will run down the field. SK and Tayu will try to carry this up.
Everyone on their feet here at Cable Dahmer Arena. Last few seconds. Oh, SK lost the handle.
And you got to turn around.
Oh, it's a blue card.
Blue card on SK. Holding on SK as he lost the ball and DeBray Holloman turned around. We'll take a look at this on the replay. Holloman pressing, ball gets lost.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Easy call there for Drew Klemp. Now,
SK can't believe it.
I wonder if they're going to award a shootout to Kansas City as the last man back here. We'll see. I think they are. Marquez might get another crack at a shootout. And
we're gonna have a conversation about this. Now they're going to take a look at it. Nick Vassos, you've had quite the night with the shootout calls. They're going to check to see if he was indeed last defender before awarding the shootout. So we'll see where Tayu was on the field, because Hundelt, the sixth attacker, was definitely ahead of the play.
This is the longest.
Let's take a look at this.
Minute 47 of my life.
Okay, so SK's dribbling out, loses the ball. There's Hundelt the other way. Mm-hmm.
But is there another
defender on the other side? Is there another
Comet?
No, is there another ambush player on the other side, right?
I don't.
So it's right there.
Yeah.
Now, see, Hundelt is technically a goalkeeper, so he doesn't count as a defender in that situation.
Oh, so that's a shootout.
So, SK's the last defender. Because Hundelt's wearing the sixth attacker, he counts as a goalkeeper, not as a field player. So the last field player there was Will SK. Shootout for Marquez, 22.2. And this is an opportunity to get that goal back that was taken off by the video review. Seems like forever ago, Nick.
It does.
So he went long with his touch on his first shootout. We'll see if he goes shorter and maybe drags it right a little bit this time rather than trying to go left.
He faced Pollo Cortez in the first half. Now he's got Paulo. One touch from Rion. Shoots, gets another chance, scores! Rion Marquez. 7-5 Kansas City.
For those of you may be wondering why didn't the play stop when Paulo made that first save? Well, at MASL, you have 5 seconds. You can take as many shots as you want in that 5 seconds. So here goes Marquez. Paulo just trying to take up as much space. Marquez, what do they teach you when you're young? Follow your shot.
And that should secure the 3 points for Kansas City. 22.2 seconds is all that is left in this one.
And if you're a fan, and I know Ed Hale's watching the game in Baltimore, if you're a Baltimore or San Diego fan, what did I tell you? You can't expect other teams to do you any favors in this league. Just when you think, Kansas City's going to lose some points at home, it just doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. Hundelt gets it to Robbie Cristo. Cristo into the box. Still loose. Hundelt, Vandergrift trying to clear it away. Now Andreas with 11 seconds left. Andreas out front. Mikey Lennis finishes it off. 8-5 Kansas City. The crowd on their feet erupting.
Take a look at it on the replay. First pass from Ramon Palmer trying to get Andreos in space. Good job by Hundell just to try to stop Andreos. And who was there to follow that ball? Mikey Lennis.
That's number 2 on the year for Mikey Lennis. Kansas City 8-5, 7 seconds is all that's left. Kansas City will win, will get the 3 points and another victory on the season.
Temporarily in second place.
That's right.
Temporarily.
Temporarily. We still have Baltimore at Empire later on tonight. It's official. A final here at Cable Dahmer Arena, Kansas City, on Retro Night. Defeats the St. Louis Ambush 8-5. Kansas City improves to 10-1-2. St. Louis falls to 4-10-1.
And what did they do right after the game? They went retro with the celebration song, the classic Kansas City Comets post-game song, Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band.
Ty Keogh down on the field with the I-70 trophy. We'll have the Comets gather in the center circle. They'll celebrate a trophy, and then we should have our player of the game. And Eric, who is our player of the game?
Oh, I didn't vote, but if I did vote, it would be Rion Marquez once again.
Marquez with a goal and 2 assists tonight. The game-winning goal was scored
by Nacho.
By Nacho, that's right.
It'd be interesting to see who gets picked. We're so busy announcing that we sometimes forget to vote.
I know, we do. There's the I-70 Cup, presented by Awana. Comets win the regular season series with St. Louis, and another cup goes into the trophy case. Lux is down there, and we'll see who. I guess Lux is just going to talk to everybody. Let's go down to Lux. She's going to grab one of the players. Lux.
Let's go. Hey, I'm here with your first star of the game, scoring the winning goal, Leo Acosta. Leo, how are you feeling?
Feeling amazing. I'm feeling amazing.
How did it feel to score that goal? I think you felt amazing. How was that, to score the game-winning goal?
Well, it felt amazing, you know. The team gives me a lot of confidence, so I'm just happy.
How did it feel to be an all-star this past week?
Oh, I'm grateful. I'm super grateful.
You guys want to go ahead and get this photo? I'm going to get out of here. Great game tonight, Leo.
All right, here is the shot. The whole team down there with Ty Keogh, Comets cheerleaders, and the I-70 Cup. Kansas City wins it. Final score 8-5. Let's take a break. And Eric and I will come back and wrap it up here from Cable Dahmer Arena. Stay with us.
The Adirondack Apartments, the brand new apartment and townhome community, is now open in Independence and is the exclusive housing partner of your Kansas City Comets. Discover modern luxury living, from stainless steel appliances to resort-style swimming pool. The Adirondack Apartments has everything you need to live the life you deserve. Stop by or visit us on the web to schedule a tour of your brand new luxury home. The Adirondack Apartments.
Hail, alma mater, we sing to thee.
Thy name forever a guiding light shall be. Strong as an oak tree, thy name shall never fail.
To thee, alma mater.
Hail, Park Hail. We are. We are.
We are.
We are.
With the one in there and almost deflected. Shot in the goal! It is Nacho! Comets win game one! He does their game winner! For the Dudes and for the Zords! And he Comets winners 8-5 tonight over St. Louis. All right, partner, after a win tonight against their rivals, Comets head out on the road, take on Harrisburg for a couple.
Can't look past Harrisburg. They're a good team at home, and Harrisburg is going to be desperate pretty soon for points. So the Comets did what they had to do to get 3 today. They've got to try to get 6 on the road next Saturday and Sunday to keep up with these other teams.
Yeah, we'll have it for you on MASL TV. St. Louis will return home to host UCFC on Friday, February 28th. My thanks to our terrific crew at Cable Dahmer Arena, our producer, Devrin Brower. Our director and technical director is Tristan Borelli. Replay official is Noah Lampson. Our camera operators, Jaden Romeo, Dylan Pluth, Drew Snyder, and Steve Wagner. Comets next home game is Saturday, March 1st against UCFC. That one will be a big, big game. Also, special thanks to Kevin Schulmeister, Cable Dahmer Arena Operations. For my broadcast partner, Eric Berggruber, and Lux St. Louis, I'm Nick Vassos. Thanks for watching the MASL on 38 The Spot and MASL TV.